Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, powerhouse kings and queens, I'm Zoopy Goggins, I'm a frag freak, and welcome back to another edition of What Else But Frag Freak. Today I've got for you a review of a fragrance that needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce you to it anyway. This is a fragrance from the very gods. The fragrance of which I speak is none other than, and I know you know what fragrance it is already because it's in the title of the video, but I like saying that, so I'm going to say it again. The fragrance of which I speak is none other than... Sound effects, please. Versace Eros. Versace Eros was released in 2012. It's described as an aromatic fougere, if that makes any sense to anyone. And the perfumer behind this, I'm not going to try and say his name, so I'll put it up there for you so you can see. And as you can see from the level of this, if you can, there's only about 15ml left in this 200ml bottle, so I use it a lot, and I really, really like it. Now this fragrance has received a lot of malign in the fragrance community. A lot of people do love it, a lot of people do hate it, but I think it's fantastic, and therefore it is, okay? Described by many as a young person's fragrance, this is the kind of thing which is going to do really well in a club environment. A party fragrance, you know, it's going to hold its own against things like the big hitters, the Paco Rabanne 1 Millions, the Joop's, the usual contenders. I mean, the EDT Sauvage and the EDP Sauvage, and there's big things that the youngsters are wearing these days. I'm reliably informed, apparently. So in that regard, yes, it's excellent. It's a very, very good, loud, over-the-top, brash, bright fragrance that's going to do that job extremely well. For me, I love wearing it because it just has enough character and refinement to take it away from that sort of bubblegummy, young, too young aspect for me. It retains, it keeps me interested, and it's very, very wearable by me, and I really do enjoy wearing it. One of the other things about this fragrance is, first and foremost, it is an absolute beast. Okay? This one is monstrous in performance, and I'm not exaggerating, ever. It is, it's very, very strong. There was a reformulation of this in 2017. I'll tell you about that in a moment, after I've told you a little bit about the smell itself, okay? Yes, it's bright and crisp and energetic, and the main players in this are tonka bean, vanilla, apple, lemon, and mint. Okay, so those are the things that I get from it mostly. There's also a floral in here, which is either carnation or geranium, one of those two. And there's some woods in here, and some vetiver, and I think some ambroxan, maybe some oak moss, something like that. But those five notes are really the main players. It's very, very fruity, citrusy, sweet, and aquatic, and very, very loud, and very, very obnoxious, almost obnoxious. If this fragrance was a colour, I know the bottle is blue and that's what you immediately think of, but if it was a colour, I think it would be fluorescent yellow, because it's garish and bright. If it was a person, it would be that guy who sneaks off to the toilet and comes back 5 minutes later after a little freshen up, you know what I mean? And he suddenly knows everything about everything, blah, 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 blah. Very annoying indeed. And if this was a volume, it would be on 11, like Spinal Tap, because it's very, very loud. Back to the reformulation and the performance issues about this one. It is superb, the performance on this one, and I really like it for that reason. It's one of my best things with fragrances, along with the compliment factor of this. It is a very highly complimented fragrance. It's not the main contributing factor for me. I have to enjoy this smell for me to really want to wear it, and for me it's about me enjoying it, and it's about the performance of it. Although it is an absolute compliment magnet, if that's what you're after. The reformulation issue, third time, I'll get onto it now, I will, I promise, I'll do it now. It happened in 2017, as I said, possibly twice, and I knew it was going to happen in 2016, so I bought some. You see that amount that I've got there, about 15 mil? Don't worry about that, because I have more of this. I want to tell you a little story about this, right? Regarding the reformulation. A guy at work came up to me, fragrance guru that I am, obviously, and said, Zoop, what fragrance shall I buy? So I said to him, I looked him up and down, much like Arnold Schwarzenegger looks the biker up and down in the beginning of Terminator. And I said, try some Eros, son. And I gave him a little sample out of this bottle. 3 mil or 5 mil, something like that. He tried it out, loved it immediately, and went and bought a bottle. The next time I saw him was about 7 seconds after I smelt him coming. I'll rephrase. There was an announcement in the atmosphere that declared his imminent arrival. His sillage preceded him. There was a thunderclap as he walked into the room. As he walked past me, it was like, imagine being in the pit stop of a Formula One track, waiting for the driver to come in to have his wheels changed, his tyres changed, change the wheels as well while you're at it. But the driver forgets to stop and just drives straight past like that, 160 miles an hour. That's what it was like. I said to him, have you put enough of that on, son? He said, don't know, so 6 or 8 sprays. I said, couple more next time, but good job. It was very, very, very strong. And I said, get up you, to my other colleague down there who'd... I think it's fantastic. I'm very happy to wear it. There are people who think that it's too bubblegummy and too young and too clubby, and there's people I know who quite like the smell but they think it's too young for them. I'm like, what do you mean it's too young for you? Yeah? I've said this before and I'll say it again, right? If a 15-year-old wants to wear Rive Gauche, right, by Yves Saint Laurent, then in that instance, that is a young person's fragrance, isn't it? If a 75-year-old man with a pipe wants to wear Paco Rabanne 1 Million, then that is an old man fragrance in that instance, isn't it? It's all about what you want and what you want to do and what you're into, isn't it? So feel free to wear whatever fragrance you want. Thank you so much. You can thank me in the comments, okay? So to cap, this has been Versace Eros. I have been Zoopy Goggins. You can like if you like, you can comment if you wanna, you can subscribe if you would, you can press the notifications thing, you can share the video, and there just remains for me to say, safe man, chill out, enough respect, and I will catch you next time. Sweet.
It's the news time!